right, 9:30 on a Friday morning. Happy to have you alongside, and we are so thrilled to have Orla Gartland join us here in the Volume.com studio. Orla, welcome to Nashville. Welcome to Lightning 100.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Absolutely. So you have been in town for about a day or so?
About a full day.
Yeah?
Full day.
And you'll be here through the weekend, right?
Yes.
Yeah, just kind of doing the old promo tour to kind of get us all ready for when you come back through. There's a tour coming to support the new album, right?
There is. And
Good.
Sadly, there isn't a Nashville date.
At least not yet.
But
Not yet.
planning the next one. Definitely
right.
going to try and come here the next time. I love it here so much. And we booked a tour for November, and I've never toured here before, so we had no idea like how it would sell. And I'm an independent artist, so I funded all myself. It's a bit of a risk, and the whole thing sold out in like 2 days.
Good for you.
So already planning the next one, and definitely will include a Nash date the next time.
All right,
I love it.
That's good to hear. We're so glad to have you here and coming in, singing on the morning show. Yes. Not all artists are brave enough to do this.
I heard the sound check, and let me tell you something. This is fantastic.
Yes.
You're just so wonderful. We've already heard you, and you sound great.
Thank you.
Yeah, we've got Orla Gartland here in studio. You've been hearing the song Little Chaos. We've been playing that. Also been playing the new one featuring Declan McKenna.
Yes, who I see is on your wall up here. I just noticed him.
He's no stranger to this studio for sure. But that's so cool. So can we jump into it? Will you play a song for us?
Absolutely.
To kind of get rolling? Which one would you like
of
to play
course.
first?
Let's start with Little Chaos.
Perfect.
Cool.
Here it is. We've got Orla Gartland live in the Volume.com studio with Little Chaos on Lightning 100.
Wish that you could make all my decisions for me. Jump in my brain and overrule, ignore me. And it's a good day for a meltdown. All my thoughts getting too loud. Wish that you could make all my decisions for me. Pick me up, take me home, turn me off, turn me on. I'm your friend, I'm your girl, I'm your little chaos. Little chaos. See, I struggle showing just how much I really love you. You can thank my mom for that. I can't promise I'll never freak out, but I'll try not be a letdown. Nothing great is ever easy. Pick me up, take me home, turn me off, turn me on. I'm your friend, I'm your girl, I'm your little chaos. Took a left, hit a nerve, took a right at the curve. Is there room in your life for a little chaos? Little chaos. If you really want me, if you really want me, if you really want me, take me as I am. If you really want me, if you really want me, if you really want me, take me as I am. If you really want me, if you really want me, if you really want me, take me as I am. Pick me up, take me home, turn me off, turn me on. I'm your friend, I'm your girl, I'm your little chaos. One last time for the ones in the back. Pick me up, take me home, turn me off, turn me on. I'm your friend, I'm your girl, I'm your little chaos. Took a left, hit a nerve, took a right at the curb. Is there room in your life for a little chaos? Little chaos.
Yeah.
Bam. There it is.
Man, I want to sing along,
I know,
man.
right?
I'm like, I have to restrain myself.
I'm just over here kind of bouncing, hoping that the floorboards aren't squeaking.
Yeah.
And you hear that on the radio.
Guys, the BVs would have been welcome.
I was ready to jump. I was like, man,
Orla Gartland, absolutely crushing it here in the volume.com studio. That's Little Chaos, which, again, you've heard the studio version of that. And now Orla here to perform it live for you on Lightning in the Morning and sounding fantastic.
Thank you, guys.
Where do you get your inspiration? Like when you go to write songs, are you pulling from like a journal that you've got a million different ideas? Does inspiration strike you and then you pick up the guitar and start writing? What is your writing process like? I'm always interested to know
it's very
how you artists find all these great songs and just pull them out of the air. How does it happen?
It does feel a little bit like pulling them out of the air. It's quite like, it's a bit of a manic kind of scrapbooky process for me. So I find that the best ideas, I've realized this over years, but the best ideas I have come to me when I'm not trying so hard.
Yeah.
So if I like sit down and it's like too organized and you're staring at a blank page and you're like, there's too much sort of, I don't know, like structure on it, I can like psych myself out of it very easily if I'm just trying too hard because the blank page is so daunting. But I do find that if I'm like slightly distracted and I'm like cleaning my apartment or I'm on the bus heading somewhere or I'm like going on the way to get coffee, like it's the moments where like your mind is distracted by some other menial tasks that I seem to get like the better ideas. And so like a lot of artists, like my voice memos is like I'm on like 4,000 or 5,000 I think on my phone now. My voice memos and the notes app are sort of where all the bits live. And then so when it comes to actually writing, it's more about like sitting down and putting those things together rather than plucking something out of the air in that moment. It's like more like finding a set of lyrics in the notes app that match the mood of a set of chords in the voice memos. So it's a little bit more like just matchmaking all the scraps.
It's cool when that happens, right? It all just comes together. Like, wow, this fits. These things
It's
fit
like
together.
you're creating your own puzzle pieces for you to then figure out how to put it together later on, right?
Yeah, and I love that. I think that's like what's really like magical and spiritual about it. And I do think that like, obviously, I know the idea that you're as an artist like a vessel for ideas that pass through you is always an interesting one, because in a way I don't like that. I feel like it sort of removes the idea that there's any work involved,
Right.
You know, because it can be like it is work sometimes. It takes some, you know, effort, I guess.
Sure.
The work is being present. That's enough work in and of itself. Like you say, if you're just staring at the page or the guitar, but if you're just flowing with life and you're actually present in your own life, whatever you're doing on the bus or just you're actually just being present, you can actually see and hear and feel more things that are going on.
Yeah.
They're all there. We just have to say, oh, there it is. Oh,
That's
here
so
it is.
True.
You know?
You have to get yourself to the point where you're ready to receive or just like wrestle with the idea a little bit. And like, I think I love that bit of it. I think that bit's like so magic.
That's so fantastic. We've got Orla Gartland here in the studio. So did you decide you wanted, like, I did read that you started very young, right? 12 years old, is that right? When you started playing guitar?
That's about 12 for guitar.
And was that something that you thought to yourself as a 12-year-old, I want to play guitar? Or was it more, I want to write songs and I want to sing? Or was it maybe a combination? Or what inspired you to start? Why did you want to do what you're doing now?
Do the thing. Yeah, at first it was just I wanted to play guitar for sure. I started playing like violin. I grew up in Ireland and like, I mean, I would call it more like fiddle. It was like proper like jigs and reels. That's like my first instrument. Cool. But I was always like, even when I was playing guitar and I was playing violin when I was younger, I was always holding it like a guitar. I felt like I really wanted that to be the way you played it. I was like frustrated when I had to put it under my chin and do it properly. So eventually my parents were like, after years of playing fiddle, they were like, we should just get you a guitar because you're trying to play the violin like a guitar anyway. And the songwriting came like quite soon after that. I don't have like a formal, like I'm not like super wised up in like music theory. It's all been very like
you just learn it as you go.
Self-exploring.
Yeah,
I've seen those chords you just played.
But I mean, half the time,
pretty good. I'm not gonna, you know, actually, your song is very well crafted.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you know, thank you.
No, but I guess like a lot of the time I don't know necessarily what chords I'm playing. But again, I think it goes back to the songwriting thing. Like for me, there's like a magic in it when I can't fully understand it. I almost don't want to know too much
Sure, like the
about
instinct
music.
almost takes over. It's just like,
Yeah.
okay, maybe I shouldn't play that particular note, but it sounds good and it feels good, so you do it anyway.
Because if you go down the rabbit hole, okay, and all of a sudden, what chord is this? C minor seventh. By the time you went down that rabbit hole, you forget where you were.
Yeah.
No, you just play it. If it feels good and it sounds good to you, that's enough for all of us.
Exactly. Yeah. I think if you understand too much, and if you go, oh well, every time you go to the minor third, it makes you feel like this. I'm kind of like, I just put my finger in my ears when I hear that. I don't want to know the why. I just want to like follow my own nose with it.
Yeah.
So you do. I feel very comfortable on guitar now. Like it is like after all these years feels like another limb or something. That is true. But yeah, I'm like sometimes there's a limit to how much I really, really want to understand what's going on.
Right. And do you usually write on guitar or do you write on piano? Do you play piano at all?
I do. I play a little bit of keys. I'm even more like baby at the keys. I really don't know what's going on there at all. But again, that's like fun because I can do I can do really like basic things, and I'm like quite impressed when I do something really simple. I'm like pop off, and it's like C to F. But no, guitar would be the main one. I wrote a lot of this album on drums though.
Really?
That's a very new thing for me, but I love the drums. Oh my God, I love it.
Isn't it great? I do the same thing
You're a
because I'm a drummer. I'm the lead singer of my band.
Yeah.
But when we write, I play the drums. And when we write, because rhythmically, it's so interesting because you're playing and you're fitting the words in between. Your melodies and your flow is different than if you play guitar.
Yeah.
And it is magic. It's just a different animal, but it's so cool, right?
I'm obsessed. I
It's
really
fun.
I've enjoyed that way of working so much.
Yeah.
And I think it's really fun when I am writing by myself and it's just me. There are so many like logistical things that have to happen because I've got a really small little studio in London where I live. And like I've got a little kit set up there. Like really small little cocktail kit, like really small one. And there's so many logistical things that need to happen. Like I need to write the song, but there's no one else there to play chords. So I need to like put the chords on after.
Right.
And then you can kind of change the vibe of everything if you're playing with just like rhythm and vocals and you do the bass line or like the chords after. That's so fun to me.
Paul McCartney did that a lot more than people realize. He would go and he would cut the bass lines a lot of times after the vocals were cut. So if you think back and listen to some Beatles songs, he's so melodic, and you say, well, how did he know that just going down? He knew it because
The vocals were already
the
done.
vocals were done, and he laid the melody down and the harmonies, so then he was able to then play the bass afterwards on a lot of the Beatles material.
I didn't realize.
You're doing. See,
I'm
you're doing what
basically
Paul
the
McCartney-
Beatles.
Look at you. You're just winning. What a Friday. This is great.
The long-lost fifth Beatle, Orla Gartland, in the studio with us
Who
right
knew
now.
that the fifth Beatle was some random Irish girl?
We're lucky. We're very fortunate.
People learn new things every day here on Lightning in the Morning. But now Orla Gartland joining us here in studio, in town for a few days before heading back out, actually touring in support of the new record, which you can pre-order now. Is it Orla Gartland Music? I had it right in front of me. There it is. OrlaGartland.com is the website. And yes, doing some tour dates. Sadly, no dates here in Nashville, at least on this run. But maybe if you're streaming us from somewhere else, if you're watching on volume.com, definitely check out OrlaGartland.com. Order the new album and see if she's making a tour stop in your town. Orla, would you be kind enough to play another song for us?
Of course.
Please?
When you ask so nicely as well, of course.
All right. Well, can I make a request?
Please.
Will you play Late to the Party? I know Declan's not here, but will you play Late to
I
the
would
Party?
love to. I'll sing Declan's part as well. We'll do a full one-woman band.
Fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. The just newly discovered, long-lost fifth Beatle, Orla Gartland, live here in the Volume.com studio on Lightning 100.
See, I don't like to think about your lovers that came before me, but I know they exist, the ones that got away. I got problems to pick with all your lovers that came before me. Okay, so maybe Rachel was right. Everybody just walks all over you, and now when we fight, I am on your side. See, I wouldn't bite or try to change your mind. The room is falling around me. I'm clinging to the car seat, late to the party. Let me go back, shake her hand. I wanna give her my thanks for the damage she's done. I'm late to the party and I'm late to the party. It's all part of the drill. Got big shoes to fill. I gave you your favorite t-shirt, she gave you trust issues. Look back at it now and don't scribble it out. When all the words she said are in your head, she's always there somehow. The room is falling around me. I'm clinging to the car seat, late to the party. Let me go back, shake her hand. I wanna give her my thanks. And she's just like I suspected, a stranger, but the two of us are connected. And let me go back, shake her hand. I wanna give her my thanks for the damage she's done. 1, 2, 3, woo! I'm late to the party and I'm late to the party. You have it, you pass it on, you want it until you don't have it. Don't pass it on, you want it until it's done. See, it's a dress rehearsal. I've passed the parcel. Her problem becomes your problem, and then that problem is mine. I'm late to the party. The room is falling around me. I'm clinging to the car seat, late to the party. Now let me go back, shake her hand. I wanna give her my thanks.
Yeah, man. That was great. Woo!
Fantastic. I'm ready to start the weekend now.
Yeah, this is great. We're flowing on a Friday. This is perfect.
That's right. Orla Gartland joining us here in the studio. That is Late to the Party, performed all parts by Orla live here in the studio. That is the recorded version, the studio version of that does have Declan McKenna
It does.
on that, which you've also heard here on Lightning 100, and you will continue to as well. Orla joining us here in studio. New album comes out October 4th.
Correct.
Is that right? Everybody Needs a Hero?
Everybody needs a hero.
Was there a particular moment, or was there specific inspiration that led you to that title?
It's the name of one of the songs on the album, name of the closing track.
Okay.
And yeah, it's a whole record about one relationship and viewing the same relationship from different angles, like celebrating the fact that, I don't know, we all contain multitudes. It's like never a straight line for me. So it's like you can feel one way on a Monday and completely different on Tuesday. And yeah, I was thinking a lot about superheroes in parallel.
What do you like?
Not the Marvel kind, but like, I don't know, I find it quite a female affliction to like want to do it all, you know, be good at work, good friend, good partner. And so that to me, I don't know, I got obsessed with the idea of this like self-appointed hero, like saving everyone but herself kind of thing.
I've got to be the best at everything. It
I
just
know.
sounds so exhausting, doesn't it?
It does. It can be. Well, like, but yeah, no, so that's kind of where the title came, thinking about all those things.
All right. Well, yeah, it comes out October 4th. You can pre-order it right now. And again, check out the tour dates. So it looks like early next month, you're headed back to Europe.
Yes.
Some shows in the UK, but then going to be back stateside early November up in Boston, New York, D.C., Philly, Chicago, Detroit, hitting a few spots in Canada as well. I'm throwing this out for everybody that might be in one of those cities at some point, even if you're in Nashville now, or maybe you are listening online and you're in one of those cities. Look it up, get your tickets. But first things first, go pre-order the brand new album coming out October the 4th. OrlaGartland.com is the website. Orla, it's so great to meet you, and thank you so much for coming in and being on the morning show.
Thank you for having me.
Always appreciate when artists will get up early. They'll be here and they're ready to go, and You checked every box, knocked it out of the park.
This is amazing.
And the long lost Beatle, who knew?
Yeah, and for all my friends in New York, you'll be at the Bowery Ballroom, correct?
Exactly, yeah.
Make sure you go to Katz's Delicatessen right down the street, Orla.
Okay.
You won't be disappointed.
All right,
absolutely.
noted.
All my friends in New York City, go check out this show at the Bowery Ballroom. Yes.
That's right. OrlaGartland.com is the website. And of course, be listening for Orla here on Lightning 100. So that's going to do it for us for today. We're going to wrap up this Friday edition of Lightning in the Morning. Stephanie is on the way. She'll be here at the top of the hour. In between now and then, maybe we'll sneak on a song by Declan McKenna here on Lightning 100.